I think many can feel the storms brewing on the horizon at this time. We can feel Thor emerging from the sky with his hammer on his eight-legged horse. This is nothing to fear, although the beginning of the unknown often translates to a feeling of fear inside our minds. When our minds do not yet understand or see clearly, they fear. Understanding is therefore the antidote to fear. This is a time to bring forth more understanding, to learn, expand our minds, look at our inner selves, and we will begin to see, and the fear will begin to pass. Collectively, it feels as if we're moving into a period of complete transformation. What we have been through was just the beginning. What I see is that the winds of change will begin to come in and break away the old growth. Our air, the airtime, the media will be filled with messages that begin to break down the giants of our time. These old giants have become so colossal that they've been able to dominate and take over entire systems. They have pulled on our light like a black hole, stolen our attention away from our own selves, used our own destructive nature against us. Now it will all become so much more clear. In the collective air, we will begin to break down and digest these colossus of our time. This collective feeding frenzy has the potential to bring light back to where it needs to be at this time. Light, understanding, awareness will flood to the individual. We will begin to understand more about our own nature, our psyche, more about our mind, how it can be hijacked, how our desires or our fears can be used against us to keep us in a position of slavery and poverty. The wind will allow those that are willing to expand and to learn to step into a new space, creating new minds for themselves, new matrices that can support the life that they came to live. And then the waves will hit. When we have created our new minds, the understanding of the old, these new pathways within our psyche, the inner matrices that we created, will begin to be filled with energy. Life-giving water will flood our minds. New blueprints come in. The way we think will change, the way we see will change, and the way we feel will change. We will be so much more. We will see, feel, hold so much more in each moment. Layers and layers of information in every single speck of life. It is the rainbow of consciousness, and we're moving into the quantum, transcending the material, learning to read energy fields like we used to read books. But all of this is extremely demanding to our body. Our body needs time, rest, and practice to transform. The way you can know if your body is ready for the next step is to observe your inner worlds. How do you feel? If you feel light, open, in love, full of life, and ready to step into anything, you do not need any help. You've gone through it all, already deeply united with what is to come, living your purpose. At this stage, we can handle any fall, any freeze, because we've built an internal spring that brings us what we need, a waterhole of our own, a life that is ours and belongs to no other. This is the Virgin consciousness, the Christ consciousness. In this stage, we have an inner feminine with a voice, in union with an inner masculine that has choice. But most people are not here at this time. If you feel unstable, up one moment, then down the next, then you are expanding. Then the wind and the wave has already come to your kingdom. This means that you're ahead of the collective. In this stage, we work on creating balance. In this stage, we are building our union, finding a point of union between the high and the low so that we can handle them both without running away and dimming our light. We are in a way building our light, our ability to see it all, to feel it all, while still being at peace. It's like a pregnancy. We're growing our womb, our connection to the all that is in each moment, and we are strengthening our mind's capacity to observe the space of our womb. We're expanding our mind into our feminine, the Empress, the womb that will allow us to become a portal for new life, new blueprints, new purposes. In time, we will be able to consciously see all of these potentials, timelines within our womb, and choose which one of them we would like to bring alive, manifesting for the highest good of all, directly from Mother Earth, the womb of the Empress, from the force of evolution. If you feel drained, tired, done, then you need to rest. Your body needs to communicate directly to Earth without your mind making you feel guilty for giving yourself what you need. When we rest, when we sleep, our body is freed from our mind and the matrix for a moment. And so in times when our mind is filled with the forces of patriarchy, the thoughts that tell you to push ahead no matter how you feel, our bodies desperately need some time off. They need some time in dream state, where our higher self can take over and infuse us with the energies that we need to come back to life. If you feel like doom is brewing, beyond pressured, if you feel fearful, haunted, unable to feel peace for long periods of time, then your mind is separate from your womb. Your masculine is separate from your feminine. To bring union back into your being, you can spend time observing your own state. How do you feel in each moment? Why? Why are these feelings there? What stories are they linked to? What times, what events, what people are these stories linked to? What type of dynamics, what kind of collective karma does these stories and these feelings point to? Doing this work of teaching your mind to extract information, data, from the feelings of the now is the baseline of being able to read energy. It is the baseline of our gifts. First, we have to build the new cells, the new selves, the new eyes that can see our old selves, the old eyes. Then, as these new neurons are built inside our brain, we will experience that our perception deepens. What we're able to read and pick up on strengthens. The more a neuron is used, the more it is insulated. other selves wraps around it like snakes wrapping around tree trunks. With more insulation, another layer of protection around the neuron, the charge that is the light, the spark of insight inside the neuron travels through space and time much quicker. There is less resistance. We experience this as gaining more and more flow. We understand so much more. We trust so much more, know so much more, because we see the all. We see our mind, we understand its patterns. This brings us peace. No longer are we haunted by the feeling of needing to speed up, rather wanting to slow down to experience even more of this life that we are living. Living more sensually and in gratitude of each moment without even trying. By doing these practices of observing the feelings that are haunting us in the now, we build a new brain for ourselves. We evolve. We build a brain that is capable of bringing understanding, bringing peace, transcending the old experiences that are stored in the old cells that are linked to past times. We change our earth, the matter that is us. And that matters. It changes everything. We change our form completely, the way we perceive reality. We become the beings that can turn emotional pain into understanding, that can turn poverty into wealth, trauma into blessings. We become the alchemists. So trust me when I say that this Libra New Moon is just the beginning. Trust me when I say that you will never be the same. And remember, you're worthy of your time. Give time to your inner selves, to your cells. You're worthy of investing energy back into yourself so that your cells can grow and transform. If you will it, if you choose it, you will have all the time that you need. Trust me.